Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no! Pop, motherfucker, now she's gone! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease! You fuck around and find out it's what it is! Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease! Fuck around and find out what that is!
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the program. This program is all about you. I just want to hear from you. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Boom. Is that it? Let me see if I can show it on my screen. And I want to make sure I get it right. So hang on. Here. Do you talk to yourself when you do stuff like this? Yeah, I do too. Here you go. I'm going to share chat on the screen, right? Because I want to know. Let me see if I can. If I can I pump that up? I think I can. Make it fatter, bigger. I can. I want to basically know what you think is going on, right? Are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? What say you? By the way, today's program is brought to you by the fine folks at Goldco. Here's all I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you just to go to jovanlovesgold.com. That is where we partner with Goldco to help you understand why you need gold and silver as part of your portfolio. We're not talking cashing everything in. That's not the point. It's just to request your free gold and silver kit today. And now is the time to protect your money with gold and silver, folks. Do not neglect finding out about it. Also, let me do a little bit of adjustment here. Any of you that sent in the email to my full name at Gmail and you just put the reference line gold, you should have got a 12-question email back that you need to answer those 12 questions. If for any reason you did not get the 12 questions that you have to get back, then you need to reach back out to me, put the reference line 12 questions so I know what it is, and say, hey, I didn't get it, or check your spam folder or whatever the case may be. So those of you who know the process we're going through, a lot of you want to get into, getting land that you get to use on your own for mining, sapphires, diamonds, tourmaline, etc. It can even be down to platinum, right? You get to pick. But it's land that becomes yours under a mining claim. You're about to get the next round of information if, in fact, you filled out the 12 questions. And remember, this is not a generic process. This is taking exactly what you want to do, what trips your trigger that you want to look for, etc. Right? Like if you said, hey, I want sapphires, gold, and platinum. That's kind of what I want to look for. Then you got to understand all the research is put together to find out where does that exist, where has it been found before, what land can be basically controlled by you. It's a very sophisticated process. It's not hit or miss. It's very specific. And it basically entails going into decades and decades and decades of profiles to find out where it is, where exactly it was located, and making sure you're on top of that as quick as you can. Right? Like I'll give you an example. If you wanted to find sapphires and you're not wanting to take the old axe and chisel into a mountain to find them, do you know where the best place to find them would be? What do you think? What would be the best place to find them? Well, it would be someplace where the occurrence occurred and is known. You find it where it comes out of the mountain, right? And then you plot its course coming down the mountainside into the ravines and streams, right? And you kind of figure that course of where to be, like on that creek. So there's a lot of research and stuff going into it. But this is one of the things. Remember, your country allows you to build your own mineral wealth. You just got to get out and do it. The only way it doesn't work, you don't send the email, you don't follow up, you don't get your ass out, you don't look, you don't try. Those are the 5 ways not crap is going to happen for you. Okay, here's what we're going to talk about today. And as many of you, if you're on Facebook, Twitch, X, I can put you up on the screen showing what you've said. Like Teresa. Teresa says, I love Montana sapphires. You can get on the screen. I'll put what you're saying on the screen. If you're on places like Rumble, I'm able to show you on the screen as well. So here's the deal. I just want to know from you. This is your show. This is your chance to let everybody know what you feel is going on. Are we winning? Are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is Trump kicking ass? Is America coming back? What say you? And if you have some random questions, like Diane says, what's the best state to find sapphires? Hands down, Montana. You know, Princess Di's engagement and wedding ring, the big ass blue sapphire that everybody talked about, and then it was passed on to Catherine. Most people don't know that that's a Montana sapphire. See, the English went and conquered all the sapphire lands and got a hold of them. And all of those sapphire lands have really been depleted. So the only thing that comes out of those places are just kind of this grayish crap. And then they literally bomb them, irradiate them with beryllium, right? To make them the color they want. So it's kind of treated to be that way. There's only one place they occur naturally in nature in their full color glory. And that's from solid white all the way up to just the point the orangish red. When they're solid red, that becomes a ruby. And that's Montana. And oh, by the way, all of the training videos that can teach you how to do it, we're going to post those. We haven't released that yet. So there's not a link to go to yet. But you're going to be able to, just like we do anything, Fire Axe Academy or whatever the case may be, you'll be able to go look them up, right? And then by category, we're going to walk you through it. We're just finishing the production. Man, we've got 50, 60 hours of training I walk you through. Anyway, so we'll have you do that. And we'll give you some feedback, some education so you can be successful. So think about what you want to say, because this show's going to be yours. And then I'm going to show you some interesting polling I did asking ChatGPT GPT, right? Anyway, hang tight. Be right back.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence.
Why do 80% of gardeners struggle with weeds? Because they haven't discovered no-dig gardening yet. Imagine a garden where you spend less time digging and more time harvesting. Sounds like a dream, right? No-dig gardening is your key to a sustainable, low-maintenance and incredibly productive garden. By layering organic matter like compost and mulch directly on the soil, you'll boost soil health, reduce weeds, conserve water and save tons of time and energy. Plus, you'll be supporting biodiversity and preventing soil erosion. It's a win-win. Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or just starting out, no-dig gardening, cultivating abundance the natural way. Exposing the ancient secrets of royalty to grow giant fruit in small spaces. You won't believe how easy it is. Hey there, fellow gardeners. Have you heard about Jovan Hutton Pulitzer's new blockbuster book, Ancient Secret for Growing Giant Fruit in Small Spaces? It's taking Amazon by storm. This isn't just any gardening book. We're talking about ancient methods once reserved for kings and queens, now revealed to the world. Yes, you heard right. Royal secrets for your backyard. Struggling with limited space? No problem. This book teaches you groundbreaking techniques to grow enormous, luscious fruits, even in the smallest of spaces. Imagine tricking fruit trees to bear fruit in months, not years, and growing produce up to 100% larger than what you find in stores. Sounds like magic, right? Pulitzer dives deep into history, uncovering how nobility ensured bountiful harvests. Now, these time-tested secrets are yours to transform your home garden into a paradise fit for royalty. Whether you're an urban dweller, a new homeowner, or an experienced gardener, this book has something for you.
Warning: the following program has been rated Dilligaff and is intended for open-minded audiences. If the truth offends you, or if you are allergic to focused intensity, intellectual athleticism, or the occasional F-bomb or even irreverent humor, please switch off now. If your delicate sensibilities need to be worried about or addressed, might we recommend the Underwater Basket Weaving channel to you? Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the wisdom, insight, and wicked sense of humor.
Cut the crap. How many times a day do you want to say that to politicians, the elite, the loony liberals, the fake news media, and the gender-confused, emotional socialist snowflake crowd? Cut the crap is your secret weapon for fighting for our freedoms and our great republic. It all begins with a massive mental enema, freeing you from the toxic news and politically correct views, which constipate your consciousness with stinking thinking. Your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's known for calling out politicians and telling them to cut the crap. You've seen him on virtually every television network and listened to him on Coast to Coast Radio. And now he's here to help you learn to fight for America. Culture, race, and American politics. They all have one thing in common. They all need to cut the crap. Now, here's your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Okay, guys, the program's going to be yours. And no, I wasn't running to the can with too much brand and too much coffee. I was just sitting back watching your comments to see what's going on. Why? Because this program is about you. I just want to know, do you think we're winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? What say you? Now, a lot of you have some interesting questions. By the way, I'll do some of this on country-wise. And by the way, if you want to hang around, I'll stick around a little longer, and we'll talk about, mining and gyms and stuff like that. But you're going to be interested in some of the surveys I asked GPT. Do you want to see what high-grade ore looks like? Have you ever seen high-grade gold ore? This means where you can pick up a rock, and lo and behold, in your hand, you've got, now we're talking ore, so it's not a nugget, which is technically pure, but it can be anywhere from 10 karat up to better, right? But do you want to see, have you ever seen high-grade ore, what it looks like when you really kind of strike it and it's in a vein? Bingo, look at that. I should show you some of the magnificent samples and stuff I have. High-grade ore, I have some sample of those too. I can't show those right now, but yes, high-grade ore, here it is. Look at that. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm able to show what you're saying, right? And asking, etc. And then other things I got to kind of put up like this. Hask61 says, because the question is, are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? And I said, what say you? Hask, you said the swamp's winning. Would you do me a favor? Would you please literally put back in the chat, tell us why you think the swamp is winning, right? And if you want to come on and tell me personally, let me know. I'll send a link. You can come on. In fact, I'll just put it in there anyway. Here's the link. It's going to pop up in there. If you want to tell me why you think the swamp is winning, I'd be interested in why you think that, right? Now, KJ basically says, at work, catch you later. I think President Trump is doing great job. Not sure enough messaging is getting out. Plus, a liberal at school claims Melania lied, and it was at the island, and it came out before. I think I found in liberals and real Keel Rutan says not hearing. Did they say high grade whore or high grade ore? Either one. The WH couldn't be silent. I think the left is going to continually find what they can, right? To just, and it's the right, it's just corruption. Give me an example. I asked ChatGPT, on purpose, I asked ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, who, right? Who is the most hated person in the world? Who is the most hated person in the world, right? Here's the answer it came back. It said it's Vladimir Putin, but only by a small smidging, because Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Elon Musk are basically tied neck and neck. Now, I want you to think about that, right? I want you to think about that. That it says Vladimir Putin is the most hated man in the world, but it barely just smidges over Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Elon Musk. You don't see George Soros. You don't see Bill Gates. You don't see any of that. Why is that? Well, you have to understand part of the corruption that's going on right now is the control of AI. Yeah, some would say Anthony Fauci. So I want you to understand this war is being fought on many fronts. And this is why you have to understand. And I think this just kind of proves the type of war that we're in. And this is why I'm asking you, right? I'm asking you, right? Are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? What say you? And the reason why I even show the AI part of it, okay, Hask replied, I got to see it. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Hask, hang on. Okay, let me go back to Hask here. Hang on. Hask had said that he or she, whatever, thought the swamp was winning. And I said, tell me why. And then he yelled at me. Anyway, I think because they have so much money, plus they own most politicians. But here's my question. Context. My question is, are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? What say you? Now, you said, no, the swamp's winning. And I said, why do you say that? And you said, well, I think because they have so much money, plus they own the politicians. Right? But let me ask you a question. How many people, U.S. or globally, before Trump knew that our media was fake as bullshit, knew how bad the corruption was, and knew about how it occurred? See, from a contextual standpoint, I'm telling you, I think we're winning. This is for me. On the point of that swamp, see, I don't think people give credit where credit's due. We now use the term in our vernacular of the swamp literally. And by the way, DC was built on a swamp. But we know this, and we can see this, and we can understand this, and we can look at clearer eyes because of Trump. I think the masses of people were severely in the dark, were naive, were manipulated, right? And again, you're going to see really strange questions or answers coming from the universe that kind of make no sense because they're kind of way out there, but okay. But I think we're winning. I think we're winning because we know it. I want to see if can I even make that any bigger? Let me see. I got to try to make it more readable for you. Maybe it's just my old eyes, right? That's a little better. I think we're winning as people because we can now see these things. And so, like Robbie says here, Trump woke up the world. I count that as a win. Do you count that as a win? Do you count that as a win that we now can identify these things, that we can see them and understand? Hang on, and I got to get a glasses cleaner because I don't know what it did. Somebody, I guess, overnight came and licked my glasses because they're all like cafunkled. So excuse me, right? I think that's a win. I think that's a big win. I really do. I think that's a big win because I think President Trump woke up the world. And here's the deal. You can't fix anything. You can't adjust your life, the system, etc. You can't hope to have corrections in your life if you don't even know what needs to be corrected. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you at all? That if you don't even know how it's being done, how can you do this? Money is precise, concise contentment of the user who speaks about the problems of lawless IT taking over mental states forced fiscally demonic. Each user a sole actor in the body of me, coined, trademarked, copyrighted by me, ridding of FWA in the matter of de facto lifting fractals in this universe. I am Einstein. Trust me. I have a hard time sometimes understanding your post. I'm doing my best. Yeah, Chief licked my glasses. Unfortunately, I don't think Chief's long. He's not having a problem going downstairs. I've noticed that the last few days he's not really eating as good as he should and not drinking. I think that's kind of a warning sign that he's kind of on his way out, which bugs me. But it is what it is. See, I think President Trump, Denise, it wasn't glasses, it was asses. Oh, you're him. Oh, yeah, he licked your glasses. There is no hand of God in medical mutiny, tyranny, torture, culling, casting, or genocide, just tribunals through the army since 2017 near me. A judge saved me, family, and me since 2017. Am I getting the intonation correct in that? I just want to make sure I'm getting it. Boy, I could write a book, Truth Over Propaganda, right? Yeah, I think Chief's kind of on his way out. I'm thinking, I don't know if it was Chief that licked my ass. No, it wasn't Chief. It was me. Credit the dog. Jeez. It's not only a dog's tongue that's rough. Bigot. No. You're right, Robbie. 7 presidents were all pussies with Iran. Trump kicked their balls in. Right? Again, this program's for you. And what we're doing is, are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Etc. In 2017, they nearly killed me so demons could confuse dealers who inject on command as they learn money is magic, or it is fraud, waste, and abuse exposed through DC as culling is demonic practices. So says Einstein. I just want to make sure I get y'all's intonations correct. Well, you know how I asked who was the most hated person in the world, and they gave me Vladimir Putin. Only, right? And you're right. People are not adding up to small wins. It's small wins that lead to the big wins. It said Vladimir Putin was the most hated person in the universe. And then it basically said Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Elon Musk. But who was the most loved? Who's the most loved people in the world today? Do you know? The most loved people in the world. Denise, I love you too. I love you long time. And even longer. Who are the most trusted people in the world? I asked for individuals, then I asked for professions. Who are the most trusted? Yeah. Yeah. Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, the two most trusted men in the world. That's what chat said. Now I asked it. I did ask, right? I did ask which party is more trusted. And it actually told the truth and said, well, neither party can really be trusted, but based on words they use, Democrats would basically be the most trusted based upon what their agenda is. What professions in the world are absolutely the most trusted, period? Doctors, scientists, and teachers. Doctors, scientists, and teachers. And this is not Grok. This is ChatGPT. This is not Grok. Patrick has a comment on that. Oh, you got to be shitting me. Well, the reason I do this is you have to understand tech agenda. And there is a tech agenda, just like there's a news agenda, like everything else. Follow the science, the doctor said. The teacher said too, so get your whatever. Hang on, newsflash. Newsflash coming through now. You use, hang on. Dang it. We got such great, oh, come on. I got to get back to the great wisdom. You lose fast if booze with pills or a smoker masking financial woes, a right, but not another human being. The cycle demonic to survivors who speak out about FWA since 2017 via it explaining. I want to make sure you get all the bits of wisdom. Of course. It's there's ChatGPT, there's Grok and Croc. It all kind of comes in mixed together. There, let me wash your palette. Pure gold ore. You see that little gray streaks in there with the white? That's what you would be looking for in nature. Isn't that awesome? And so the show's yours today. I just want to know. Craig doesn't pay attention. Craig, pay attention during class. Who has time to text that shit? Are you not watching? Einstein does. Albert Einstein does. Lee, thanks for reposting the stream. Love that gold. Yeah, the gray and the white streaks. If you were walking out, this is gold and quartz. But this is higher in the chain. Newsflash. FWA. Fraud. Waste. Abuse. Me! Main and IT, the latter invincible commercial programming we control upon waking to succeed, not murder, cold, poison, kill. Everybody knows it's bind, torture, kill. BTK. Einstein. I love putting your stuff up, but I got to tell you, it's totally not connecting with folks. I know you're trying to educate people, but I got to tell you, it's just totally not connecting with folks because they're having a hard time understanding your acronyms or your point. The Tabor says, interesting. Webster's 1828 dictionary, the words Christ and Christian do not mean Jesus. You are correct. Bingo! Yep. Christ does not equal Jesus, and Christian does not mention Jesus. They are different things, but over time it's... Chapstick says, man, I am late and I have a couple things today. Couple things today. Is that like a massage? Couples massage? What is a couple things today? Right? Can I pet that gold? It's so heavy I can't lift it. I got it right here. It's heavy. Hurry. Yes. I walked through the chunk of ore like this here one time through TSA in a secure box. And of course, TSA stopped me, see you in the box. Of course, it scanned and whatever. And it took me 30 minutes to get out of there with all the TSA personnel and airport personnel wanting to see what super high grade ore looked like. Yes. I usually feel smarter after your shows. Today might be different. These comments make me realize how ignorance is more abundant than I thought. It's interesting. You know, this program's not about me. That's why my name's not even on the program. I've often wondered that. Do people really tune in because it's the Mikey Mike Patriot Show? My name is Mike Smith. Or do they tune in because they want to be educated and want to learn something? So by default, it's about the people. And so that's why my program's not the Jovan Hutton Pulitzer Show. Because that's not it. It's about us, right? And when you look at sometimes in the public, I kind of wonder... Denise, do not laugh your ass off. If your ass goes away, I'm just not talking to you anymore. I'm sorry. It's a very important component. JHV, the biggest miss on all the election integrity stuff is audit standards. No one has this as a major issue. I'd beg to differ a little bit about it, is there are audit standards out there. Audit the machines! It all got misdirected. And people are aware of audits now. I do believe that. People are aware of audits now. It just got hijacked. It just got... misdirected, right? And I kind of think that's part of the process. And so, and this is a fine line between genius and insane. Yes, that's a smart thing to say. Fuck you. You're right. I guess I experienced it. I don't know. Patrick's getting the hint. Gold member. I saw that movie. Oh, here you go. Wait. Gold is eBay to alchemists, museum curators, and dealers who flip big bucks, calling an officer or an accountant, depending upon which type you hit upon, going out near me. We're all use, cache some poison. I say, when officers in the room with me, I suggest putting cash and IT together with pills and demonic poisonings, because the poison is posted, and I think going back to 2017, it was all about me. Am I getting this right? Am I getting this right? I kind of like that kind of syntax. Yeah. I kind of like that. Liberty Mom says, knowledge will greatly increase. Knowledge and wisdom are not the same thing. However, Einstein says, on January 6, 2020, a judge saved me, family, and Mainers who don't shoot up to get or keep money. That's your local demon who invests in brothels, not health, wealth, harmony, like doctors funding LL&O. LL&O. Laughing loud out. Is that how it works? Laughing loud out. I want to be different. I don't want to do LOL. Laughing loud out. Liberty Mom says, my ass is one thing I can't even lose, even though I've worked my ass off. Prove it. Oh, love, law, and order. I am so sorry. I thought it was laughing loud outly. Love, law, and order, instituted by legal scholars, deans, doctors, directors, deputies, dealers. Let me make sure I got this right. It's not love, laugh out. It's love, law, and order, instituted by legal scholars, deans, doctors, directors, deputies, dealers, donkeys, dingleberries, dipsticks, doo-doos, and doodahs. Be complete. Who count 1, 2, 3. You're out! Since 63. Instantly talking with family since 2017. All fluent 24/7. Chet says, love chat talking about knockers and ass. Great subjects. Kitty, no. I think we're getting educated. I love that. Jovan, you need to be no stage. You mean on stage? Jovan, you sound like you have Tourette's. No, I am only the translator of Tourette's, turning it into multimedia because you're only seeing it in the one-dimensional chat. Kubota-san, my comments on audits was you can prove no politician can support any claim the voting is secure and accurate. There are no audits to prove it. You're right. It has to be, we have to change it, right? We have to change it. Noam's husband did what? Oh, yeah, Noam's husband did what? Pissed you off because he stopped video chatting with you? What? What are you complaining about? Noam's husband did. What are you complaining about? He has a right to turn off his camera when he's tired of fulfilling your request from Hawaii. Okay. Apps are lawless innovation, and we control, control, and code. Apps are lawless innovation, and we control, and cold, cabbage, cookies, Coke, candles, critters, creatures, and chocolate. The world of good straight, not demonic dealers who poison upon walking a right, but deadly to all allergic trending. TBI, recovering the army. Bat quarters, licking only limes. Diane, thank you for sending me your Hooters. I appreciate it. Welcome to the A. Einstein Universe Show. Hang on. I think the point of Maine is Einstein got a hold of some bad acid. The continual repetition of dealers and drugs and poison is reference to the bad acid trip. Although reported to the police did nothing because they're in on it. Therefore, they sought help via an app and then figured out the app was poisoned because none of these people in my head are going away. Did I got that right? Mainers used the calculator since 1965 after Mr. Marion invented the tool. We use to improve finances, not dement children. They harm 24/7 since 2017. So let me ask you a question, Einstein. This is just a math question. Just a math question. Sometimes I'm not good at math. And so if it really was doing good since 1965 to improve finances, okay, but they only turned calculators against kids in 2017. What were they doing against kids from 1965 to 2017, since calculators is what demented the children since 2017? Can you help me out? I'm just trying to understand. I want to expose that. I'm telling you, if you have viable proof that the way they're screwing up our kids is by issuing calculators in class since 2017. Now, I heard they said math was racist. So I heard they stopped teaching math and started teaching math, poetry, and rhyming to become a rapper. But if you're actually saying that in Maine, they started handing out calculators in class, and it is through the calculators and the pushing of those buttons that children's minds are demented, I'm telling you, that is a breaking story, and I want to cover it. Orange man, good, globalist, bad, dash, fuck you. I have non-diagnosed Tourette's. Did I get that right? Secretary says Einstein's fixated on drug and alcohol use. Get cleaned up and come back. Oh, Dina Audio says the problem was brown acid. How do you know? Have you done brown acid and not come back? El Paso County clerk contradicts Experian to audit voter rolls. Finds in one run 51,000 not at the addresses, 10.8% of registrations. And there you go. And there you go. All of this, the ammos for the gun. I've said this. Liberals who have an agenda, that every time somebody gets shot, they want to outlaw the gun. Why? It's agenda driven, and what they're trying to do is get a hold of you so you can't have guns. And so they blame the gun versus the person. The same thing happens. The same thing happens in our elections. And this is why Lindell's team told you, don't bother with the voter rolls. It's like sweeping a dirt floor. They don't want you to look where the ammo is. And that analogy applies, right? We sit here knowing it's not the gun that kills the person. It's a person who has bad programming, right? And chooses to fire that bullet, which is loaded in a gun. People, paper, and program. Same thing for elections. But the left tells you it's the guns, you got to get rid of guns. On the right, they ignore people, paper, and programs, tell you don't bother with the voting rolls like sweeping a dirt floor. It's the machines, and we're going to melt them into prison bars. Do you see that con? Do you understand how bad that con was done? By the way, we're just kind of having an open mic in my a Einstein hour, because my special guest is Albert Einstein from Maine. Yes, been living in Maine since 2017. Anyway, I'm asking questions. Are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? What say you? And what I'm doing is I'm showing you my chat. Yes, we're talking about CIA acid from Bernie's magic mushrooms, yay to drugs. Einstein, we are either alone in the universe or we are not alone in the universe. Wait. Einstein has said, I'm Agent Angie, doing meets and greets with TBI recovery doctors like Dad since 2017 after he told me they, oh my God. Are you telling me, Einstein, that when you found out that it was really pushing buttons on a calculator given kids in class demented them, are you now telling me, that the agents are they and therefore they're transgender, and your dad was able to call that stuff out as early as 2017? He told me after they prefer smokers over drunk drivers, all warned via lawyers if an entity like Maine, AEU, and DC, and WTF, and AOL, and LOL, and RLOL, MNNOP. Yeah. Because you see, I thought it was magic. I thought it was magic mushrooms, and I told them, I said, you don't inject and snort magic mushrooms. You said magic mushrooms, and then it was weird. Like I was in Maine, and all of a sudden, Sasquatch was dancing with me. I swear, everything went rainbowy, and then I could hear David Bowie, and he was the Bowie was doing this to a beaver on the ground, and it was like it was everywhere. Hey, happy birthday, Steve Ray 81. Happy birthday. Ellie says, wait. Hey, I can do longhand arithmetic, but when I do calculus, like calculators for the menial stuff. And it's because you are a rock star. It's interesting. So I saw a teacher give a kid a failing grade the other day. Somebody posted it, and the kid put 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. I'll say it again. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. And the teacher corrected him. The correction was 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. I kid you not. The kid put 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. And the teacher corrected him and said, no, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Super Buff says cocaine is a hell of a drug. Best thing from Maine is lobster. Lobster with a side of butter. Do any of you know the true story of lobsters? Not rock lobsters. Do you know the true story of lobsters? How many of you know? And I think I've got it. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I cannot, oh my God, I can't find it. Did you know that lobsters were considered prisoners' food? I kid you not. Lobsters were considered prisoner food. I got to find that. Hang on one second. There it is. Hold on. Let me see if I've got it in my saved. Sometimes I've saved some pretty cool shit. And this one I thought was pretty cool because it's the history. Let me see if I did save it. Hang on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I save so many on Instagram. I like trolling Instagram because I can find really short, fast stories that are pretty cool. Right? And did you know there were 114 sayings of Jesus, never in any Bible, but they're actually true from Jesus? Hang on. Let me see if I can find this lobster thing. Damn it. It was a good story, too. I'll give it a few more seconds and see if I can find it quick. Okay, I'll do it a different way. I will go here. I will go here. I will go here. And see if I can find it in a quick research where it is. Come on, I'm going to give it 2 more pulls of the down. Dang it. Yes, lobsters were prison food. I had no idea. Right? Lobsters were prison food. Right? Aldia in Hawaii thought prison was just for great sex. Lobsters were prison food. Just a bit of trivia information I thought you should have, like, nope, AEU suggests reading manuals and quarterlies before investing in Maine, where some invest in demonic alien invasions, calling and casting vets to the streets. It's genocide. Just ask Golden. Guns are weapons, as are cars, words, lawless innovation, tech enforcing death, not success, a right, but genocide to me, army, and bankers since 2017. My name is Angela. I do meet and greets with celebrities since the 80s. I'm a disabled person who is 30 years alcohol-free, saved by family and the Social Security system since youth. Judges love me. So it's Angela in the Einstein universe. Angela. Hey, Angela, would you come on? Honestly, would you even consider coming on? Now, I give you a hard time because I'm telling you, I don't understand a lot of your posts. But there's a common thread. You're in Maine. You think the system has abused you. You've been to court a lot. You're disabled. Totally fine. And I know you followed me for a while. It might help me to understand you if I could connect with you. Because I'm telling you, I can't connect with you in the texting format. I can't. I know, Angela, I know there's a human behind this, but I'm just being honest with you. I can't connect with you. I can't figure out who you are, what's going on, what you're trying to say. I can't connect it. And I'm attributing it to how limited text is. How we try to rush everything in. So you can put it, right? You can put it. If you ever want to talk about it. Put it in chat down at the bottom. I'll send you a link and come on. Somebody's asking, Jovan, I have a question. What the fuck is going on with Roger Stone and Laura Loomer war on X? I've been watching that. I've watched stuff coming out that Laura Loomer's really Larry Loomer or something like that. All this other stuff, total bullshit. In fact, I tracked down one of the photos and I said, here is the person that you're saying in the photo that is. I've been around Laura. I've never met Laura personally. But I can tell you, she is one of the best investigators out there that backs up her crap. She might be the only one out there that when she calls something out, she comes with the goods. I know she takes a world of shit, right? I know she takes a total world of shit. But she backs it up with research, and that's something I can appreciate it. But like I told you, I've never dialogued with her. I personally like her work. I personally think she's thorough. I think she's spot on. Laura likes her because Laura's named Laura, but you understand what I'm saying. I think she's great, right? I don't have any beef with her. And the reason I have no beef with her, when I look out into this world of stuff, and here's what we're answering, right? Tristan Cass said, Jovan, I have a question. What the fuck is going on with Roger Stone and Laura Loomer? Outside of that young guy who's out on the streets, is it Nick Shirley or whatever his name is? Just getting it done. I think she's probably one of the most thorough and buttoned up. With that said, I know Roger Stone. What a sharp dresser. What an interesting character. I like Roger Stone too. I always thought Roger liked Laura and Laura liked Roger, but there has been some disconnect. And I think it's personal. Roger loves Susie Wiles. I think Susie Wiles in many ways has maybe misdirected President Trump. People are allowed their opinions. What I see going on between Laura Loomer and Roger is personal. That somehow now made it out into the open. And it's become very personal. Roger's connected and in when it comes to politics. Loomer is connected and in when it comes to politics. Loomer has a relationship directly with President Trump. Roger has a relationship directly with President Trump. So to be honest with you, Tristan, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And that's all I can say. I told you this. Savage says we are winning. The problem is big media BSing everyone again and again and people believing it. And there are people who just claim to be red pill. You're right. Right? Denise says, you're winning, Jovan. My husband hears your voice every morning, not his choice. He said if he ever met you, he'd cut your tongue out. You're winning, Jovan. Just because I can stick my tongue all the way out and touch above my eyebrows. Do you think, Denise, that's why he's upset? You're winning, Jovan. My husband hears your voice every morning, not his choice. He said if he ever met you, he'd cut your tongue out. You're winning, Jovan. Thank you for being you. I get crap for this all the time. And it's all based on just jealousy and my personal abilities. Most of it, when it comes to a guy like that, it's because when I stick my tongue all the way out, I can touch directly over my eyebrows. And most of them take that personally. And I always bring the goods. I can back up my words. I can stick my tongue all the way out and touch above my eyebrows. Don't ever question me, dude. Angela, the word transgender was brought to market in 1974. Hermaphrodism, on the other hand, was identified by doctors in the late 14th century. Fuck around and find out. Wiggy wig, wigga wigga. Am I drooling? Hola, vato loco. Angela, the offer, I'll get down here, says I got 99 messages. Kubota-san says, Jovan, the Judicial Watch claimed they removed 327,000 voter records. We cannot find that happen. We cannot get the details to audit this. Kubota-san, here's what I know is going on. There are multiple versions of the voter rolls. The whole racket about ERIC, Electronic Registration Information Center, is ERIC, quote unquote, is the cleaning authority. When people request the voter rolls, they're giving them a list that's relatively clean. But when they're printing and mailing, I think they're using a different list. Here's what nobody's done. Nobody has by subpoena with ERIC, the state or the county, with the balloteer, subpoenaed any and all versions they have. See, we're not asking the right questions. We're asking them to send the voter rolls. Yeah, they'll send us the ones they want us to see. We have to fight like they're liars. Now, you know why you have to adopt that? Because they're liars. And so what we have to do is literally, we're going to have to sue counties to get their voter rolls, sue states to get the voter rolls, sue ERIC to get the voter rolls, sue the balloteers, the ballot printers to get the voter rolls, and do a cross comparison. That's where the mashugana lies. That's the crap. But see, nobody does that. Why? Because you just trust them at the word. It's the voter rolls. We've never audited it. We've also never did an audit that goes inside the state systems and says, from this date to here, look at your records, who downloaded the voter roll database. Let me tell you why. It's not the ballot printing company, and I'll use an old term, telnetting in to the state, print ballot. It's not. These things are traveling around. And so what we're not doing is we're not excavating these artifacts which prove multiple lists are involved, right? That's what to happen, right? You're right. You have to. We have to engage in suits of proof. Now, that's what you saw in Trump's executive order. It's kind of what's going on, but it has to be done at the state level. You can actually have a state give this and you won't find anybody on. It's a damn database, folks. It's cooking the books. But nobody ever asked, under penalty of law, okay, Mr. Printer, which one did you use to print? Which is why the mail cover program is so important. Now, Aldi, don't get excited there in Hawaii because I said mail cover. Mail cover. There you go. There's different roles. The only thing that really would break this open which is what we worked on, but we could not get. If we could have gotten the mail cover program, which actually photographs every ballot as it goes out or is delivered, we could ingest all of that photographic information and we could turn it back into a database and we could check against it. There are ways to audit this. There are ways to prove this is bullshit corruption. There are ways to prove they're cooking the books. The system just doesn't want anybody to deal with it. Folks, we're just kind of doing an open free-for-all. And I'm asking, are we winning? Is Trump prevailing? Is America coming back? I want to know what you say. And so what I did is I just enabled a chat breakout, right? And let me get down to the bottom, okay? Chet says, I think Swallowwell is pond scum, or I think Swallowwell swallows pond scum, and don't fully believe the woman that said she has problems with him in 2019, but in 2020 asked him for drinks. Something doesn't sound right. I haven't followed up enough on that one, Chet. I don't know. But I do know I pretty much think he's not a good guy. Chapstick, speaking of education in school, can we talk midterms but never have grade levels, scorecards? We do. We should have scorecards for our schools and everything. They did that, right? Yeah, why isn't everybody smashing the thumbs up? St. Thomas has now preordained you by order of fire and brimstone to smash that thumbs up. I'm going backwards. Hang on. Hold on. In O'Keefe video, there was a website the criminals used to access voter info. Super Buff, send me that. I have not seen that one. Swallow sucked an escort's face. And I think I saw that video. Somebody's saying that the guy in the video is Ruben Gallegos from Maricopa, Arizona. Have you seen that? I don't know. I have no way to confirm it. But it's Swallowwell, potentially an escort, and that the person on the bed with the escort is Ruben Gallego in Arizona. I don't know why anybody said that from the side shot or a tennis shoe, but that's what's going on. Any of you heard that? Any of you heard that? Right? My adopted Boston Terrier has a bigger tongue. Chetlu says his tongue is wide and thick. Lick the belly button from the inside. There you go. Let's see. Let's get down to the bottom. Hang on. Yeah, I've heard there's a new video with Gallego and an underage girl and Swallowswell. So it was Carrie Lake that posted that. Now that's interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that. Wow. Don't know if it's true. I mean, come on, let's admit it. Sex is a great thing. But who's stupid enough to go in a room with professional escorts, if that's your thing, and have anybody have a freaking recording device? Are you stupid? And yes, sex is a powerful thing. But man, you gotta try to keep it together, don't you think? Let me see if I can show you something here. See if it's in this bit here. Come on, where are you? There it is. I'm going to show you a photo. You tell me who it is. 30 plus years ago. 5, 4, 3, 2. Who is this? Who is it? Put it in chat. Tell me who you think it is. St. Thomas, it's not the photo you sent me. These guys look like they're hung. You sent me some little tadpole thing. It's not you. I posted this photo 6 years ago. It's not photoshopped. It is not photoshopped. It's the real deal. It is not AI. And boy, did the powers that be and the right come out and rip me one for showing this photo. Right? And now you've got some intern coming out saying that he had a long-term relationship with Pence, a guy, long-term relationship with Pence. This is from early 80s. No, Kristi Noem's husband wasn't involved because when he saw the photos, he says, those dudes have no boobs. Knock it off. I'm not interested. How sad for Kristi Noem. How sad for Kristi Noem. Look, I don't care what people do in their bedroom as adults. But how do you be married that long? I don't feel sorry for her. I just got a different question. It's kind of impossible to be married that long and not know that's not her husband in the photo, Michelle. Okay? We're talking about Christina. Let me find the photo so you know what I'm talking about. Hang on. I'll see if I can find it for you. I know it's not going to be blocked on the internet because they want it out there. Let's see what happened. Now I'm gonna throw something out here at you. You might not have been following. We can certainly discuss it. So it came out that Kristi Noem's husband was appearing online in little pink biker shorts and this big boobied thing. Right? I have a different take on it. I'm not, yes, and it's true. His boobs were filled with the P-caps. That's where they've been hiding all along. I just don't believe political families and politicians make these kind of stupid mistakes. Supposedly, right? Supposedly, Kristi Noem had been having a long-term affair. Right? Angie, I sent you a video link if you want to come in and join me. I'm not sure he was trolling for anything. I think he was intentionally destroying her career. Just my own thing. It's just my own thing. Right? And so evidently got caught in rooms or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I think she wasn't coming home. There were wild rumors of affairs. There were and basically to get back at her. Okay, to get back at her. Okay, hang on. I've got Angie. We're going to be nice. We're going to have a discussion. Angie, how are you?
Hi, I'm making coffee.
Oh, good. What kind of coffee do you drink?
Well, you know what? I'm kind of Folgers because of my budget, but
That's okay. It works. I love
think of
Folgers. I love Folgers in the morning. As a kid with my dad, we'd go hunting, and you got to put a Snickers bar in the freezer overnight and freeze it, and that would make the Folgers go down good. Okay. Angie, tell us about yourself. I have a hard time reading your text to understand where you're taking us. Let's hear your story.
okay. So my name is Angela Einstein. I've been disabled since youth. My dad's a doctor. I'm one.
So
of seven.
you are actually an Einstein?
Yeah, I married a guy named Einstein. I'm a Jaguar.
Okay.
I'm one of 7, and my
Okay.
grandfather's one of 22. And
Okay.
I'm from Maine, and I'm a Mainer. I grew up spending a lot of time on China Lake, so I talk a lot about China.
Right. Okay. Got
because
it.
we have a family camp there. But anyways, I grew up just coming to Maine,
Okay.
and I lived in Boston, working in marketing, bringing new product to market during the rise of the internet. The internet's lawless, invisible, wireless.
Okay, let's go
programming.
back. So you were introducing a new product.
No,
prior to
my
the
whole
internet.
life, what I did for work before I became disabled with post-traumatic stress,
Okay.
I worked in marketing, bringing new product to market during the rise of the internet.
Okay, great.
For many years.
What caused your PTSD?
Okay, post-traumatic stress are symptoms upon waking up. What caused them was an attack at 8 years old, the same night my mother was taken for good. And my mother was
Okay,
taken.
slow down.
Yeah.
Number one, I suffer from PTSD. There are 10
No.
tests they do.
Look at
for-
I'm wearing this. This is my dad's, by the way, just so you guys know. This is virtue signaling that I believe in congregating.
Very
I
good.
have no religious affiliation except for I'm spiritually connected to people who believe in spirits communicating. Sorry.
Okay, so slow down for a moment. Slow down.
Yeah.
Hear what I'm saying. And so I suffer from PTSD for many reasons, many things, people being vaporized in front of me, assassinations, you name it.
Okay.
And hold on. There are 10 tests to test somebody for PTSD. You rank from a 1 to a 3. All across the board, they brought people in to study me because I tested double digits in all 10 categories. So I'm one of these people that literally should not be alive going through. Now, I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to connect with you. You said you suffer from PTSD. I want to understand, because you ram them all together really fast, what happened to you before mom, okay. What happened to you at 8 years old?
But first, I just want to say A. Einstein Universe is a nonprofit approved by the government.
Beautiful. I'll let you plug it after the show. What happened?
I'm not plugging it.
No. If it's a nonprofit, people may want to help you out. Tell me what happened at 8.
Okay, at 8 years old, after years of my father trying to remove our mother from our home for abuse.
Your mother was abusive.
Very.
Okay.
For
and
years.
So at 8 years old,
my dad finally, after years, was able to have her taken away And
Okay.
that night, I was attacked by a local police officer who nearly I didn't remember the trauma for 30 years.
Okay. So your
So
mom, hold on.
Mhm.
So your mom got institutionalized or something,
Take it
right?
away.
You're not, yeah, hold on. Words matter. She got institutionalized, taken away, I'm assuming by police, which you're saying was a good thing. How and why did a police officer attack you at 8 years old?
Very good question. Well, first of all, the benefits of my story prove that bad parents don't make bad kids.
Wonderful.
Bad.
How and why? What did the police officer do to you at
Okay.
8 years old?
When we bought a camp, my family moved around a lot. My dad, Army,
Right,
pediatrician, anesthesiologist, trained
right,
communication expert,
right.
and we moved around a lot. We had a lot of homes. And
Yes.
one
And so, what
home,
happened to you at 8
one
years
home
old
that
with a
we
police officer?
had a next door neighbor that was a police officer that no one liked.
Got it.
He
And
was
so
just
he's not connected to the people arriving to take away your mom.
no.
So you had a neighbor when you were 8, and you moved
What
around a
happened was
lot.
my dad didn't want us to have to deal with the trauma of our mother being taken away.
I got it.
So
What
he asked us to
I
go.
got it. I got it.
So-
What did the neighbor police officer do to you
I'm going to
at
tell
8?
you. So my dad said everyone should go sleep next door with this neighbor who had like 6 kids too.
Got it.
And so there were a lot of people in the house, but the guy, when he was a very bad drunk, nobody liked him.
Okay, so he's drunk.
Okay?
What did he do to
And
you?
one day that same night, he grabbed me and attacked me. And I'm not going to go into the details.
Well, what
because-
kind of attack? He beat you up, he kicked you, he stabbed you, he shot you, he raped
Oh,
you.
very good
threatened you,
question. He
yelled
tied
at
me
you
up and
personally, he
attacked
read the
me.
Bible to you, read the Quran to you.
Excuse me.
How did he attack you?
He tied me up, handcuffed me to a pole, and he attacked me as a young child.
But what does that mean? He
Nobody
gave you
else in the
lashes, he
room.
cut you with
I
knives,
don't
he
really
kicked
want
you, he
to
punched
talk
you.
about that because
Well, I'm trying
okay,
to
all
I'm
I
trying
can
to-
remember, just so you know, it's very important to understand what I remember is just what I remember. So I remember being attacked, and then somehow he let me go because and
you do remember if you hold on. If you've watched my program
Oh my
before, you
God.
understand that I was raped as a 5th grader
Okay.
every
This-
day of my life in 5th grade by
Yeah.
2 teachers. I'm trying to connect. I'm looking for
Okay.
information. I connect with you to try to understand you.
Okay, so this guy was just abusive, and I had been abused a long time. So I understand what you're talking about, going through multiple years of abuse.
Okay, so
I
now
thought
we're
it
at
was
8 years old.
normal. I
Did
thought
you
it
ever
was
see
normal.
did you ever see your mom again after 8 years old?
My mother and I were very, very, very close.
Yes.
'Cause
Did you ever
I-
see your after she
Yes.
disappeared? Disappeared
Yes,
to me
many,
means
many.
okay, so she didn't disappear.
No,
just left the
my
home.
dad then went to court and had her legally taken away after the judge talked to all 7 children.
But you saw her after that, so she didn't disappear.
For the rest of my life, I saw her, and I was very much in love with my mother.
Okay, good. Because
Because-
my mother lost us when I was 17 months old, and I never saw her again in my life until I was 22. Again, I'm only trying to connect. See, when you say
Mhm.
disappeared, that means gone. That means either dead or never seen again. That's why I'm trying to understand so I can connect with you and understand.
Okay.
So you have a relationship with your mother.
My mother passed on January 6, 2020.
Sorry about that.
The same day, a judge saved my life
Okay.
after 3 years of being called up, bullied, terrorized, kicked out of places. In 2017, I moved to Maine in 2010, and I
Okay, so
walked
what happened in
into-
2017 that you were terrorized, bullied, and kicked out of
I'll
places?
tell
What
you.
happened?
In
Please.
2010, I moved here from Boston.
From Boston, okay.
Okay, I fell in love with a wonderful man. We had a child,
Beautiful.
and yes, wonderful. At 45, I had my second baby, just days
Beautiful.
shy.
Beautiful.
Just days shy. So I moved to Maine and I went to what I call AA meetings, which
Right.
is an anonymous program where you can go in and talk about
Well, they
life.
have Sex Addicts Anonymous, Alcoholic Anonymous, Drugs
Well,
Anonymous,
they
Anonymous
had
Anonymous, Anonymous Q
Al-Anon when
Believers
I was a
Anonymous.
kid.
Yeah. So
When
you're
I was a
Al-Anon.
kid.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I was not Al-Anon. I was like, these people. My dad and I discussed a lot about
Okay.
how
Let's go
people
back. I
are-
want to know how you were attacked.
Okay.
You said you were
let me
attacked for
just tell
years.
you what.
You said you were attacked,
Well, I was
bullied,
gonna tell
run
you-
out for years.
Yes, I'm going to tell you that. So
Okay.
in January 6, 2020, a judge saved my life because it had been years.
You told
of
me that. Let's go
craziness.
back to what happened. I want to understand what happened to the judge saved your life. I can't
Okay, in
assess that he saved your
2020,
life because we got to
I
go
was-
backwards.
Oh my gosh. It's hard to go back because you're bringing me back. And it's hard to
Well, don't let me trigger you, but I just think
No,
we're
it's okay.
just trying to communicate, right?
Very good point.
Right?
Um,
So we either want to communicate or you want to call it trigger. I just
No,
want to
I'm
understand
fine.
who you are.
um,
How did somebody attack you, bully you, kick you out?
Okay.
What happened?
in 2017, I was kicked out of care for pointing out publicly that there was propaganda in therapy in psychiatry. Psychiatrists
Okay, hold on
knew-
1 second. I wear ham one. I controlled the conversation and I'm trying to keep it on topic.
Okay,
And so,
good.
and hold on. It's not about you, Angela. It's about people on chat. I'm trying to focus this discussion so something's learned. So when something comes up and I ask a question, I'm trying to get to the basis of that question, not to fucking hear the story over and over again. So if this doesn't work for you, I'm aware. You're totally welcome to leave my broadcast. But as I'm digging to understand, I'm trying to keep it on point.
Okay, ask a
So,
question.
okay,
I'll
wait,
answer.
Angela, that's not about you. I'm talking to somebody in chat. So
Oh,
we're going to go back to Angela trying to excavate her story. We know on January 6, 2020, a judge saved her from years of torture, abuse, being kicked out, being ridiculed. By the way, I can recall all the conversation if you want to go back to it. But now she said she was in care. Now we've got backwards. We're not at 2020 where the judge saved her. So she was in care, and now we're somewhere in a facility. She's in care, and she pointed out propaganda in the literature. Am I right, Angela? Start there.
I've been in care since 27 years old
Cool.
for post-traumatic stress symptoms.
Awesome. Okay.
And when I moved to Maine, I went to care for a long time. And then things started acting very strange.
Right.
And because I'm in marketing,
Right.
which is mind manipulation,
Right.
I knew what they were doing because my dad, a doctor, Army, told me that
And a very smart
they-
man and a
Physician.
hang on. And a hang on. And a I'm just have lose that Laura, not a podiatrist, but a pediatric physician, you said earlier. Go ahead.
anesthesiologist,
Anesthesiologist as well. Yes, go ahead.
and he retired, and
Okay.
he passed just recently also.
I'm sorry about that.
But so I've been going to therapy my whole life I went to Victims of Violence in Cambridge, Massachusetts,
Right.
and I worked in marketing for many years, printing annual reports and understanding market
Right.
and industry creation,
Right.
bringing new ideas, new things to market. And the last job I did, not that it matters, am I going off topic?
No, not at all. I just want to understand how the
for-
people victimized you and bullied
Well,
you, and then we'll get
yes.
back to how the judge saved you from it. But go ahead. I'm only trying to understand. So
It's okay.
so let's see. I'm gonna. You had your second
Thank
child
you.
at 45. How old are you right now?
63.
Okay, great. So from 27 to 63, you've been under care since 27 years old. You said when your PTSD comes out, Angie, how does it manifest in you?
Okay.
Because people have different manifestations. of
Yep.
it.
Paralysis. Now, my love of my life has never seen any of this.
Is this
Because-
fear? Is this fear paralysis or physical rigidity
Paralysis
of the
while
body?
I'm sleeping, I can't wake up.
Got it.
Someone
Okay.
has to wake me. My siblings may
Got it.
remember.
Got
They
it.
would hear me and
Right.
trying to, and then they'd wake me and I would be able to move again.
Right.
So I
okay.
had night terrors,
No, I was just about to say that's night terrors,
psychosis,
right?
all of this exacerbated by intake. So if I was using products that weren't good for my system,
So you were a drug user at the same time.
well, I don't use the word drug because a drug is a product.
It's okay.
And
You
everyone
were you
has
were
a
a
blind-
user of something that was manipulating your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. Some people would call it drugs. You won't call it drugs, but
I
since we're
call
all
them
trying to
products.
since we're trying to communicate products, so you were a user. On the psychosis part of it, how did it manifest with you? What did you experience?
Well, like I said, psychosis to me was a delirium where, well, first of all, it's depression. You can't even get out of bed. You can't
Correct.
put food into your mouth.
Correct.
Okay. And so these people
Right.
connected to the propaganda knew that Anonymous,
At the
Is-
facility.
at any doctor would know this, any psychiatrist is on board with our team because I
Yeah, but
had
you
to have
but
approval.
what you said were you were, as I just want to make sure I'm communicating with you. You were at a facility, you were under care, they were passing out documents, and in the documents you
No.
noticed propaganda.
No.
Do I have it wrong?
Normal therapist office at Maine General Hospital.
Okay, got it. And then in that office, you
They were-
noticed in the literature that they give you that there was propaganda in it.
Well, it's worse than that. They
Okay.
put a product on the market, and I went to meet with the people who put the product on the market because
Right.
the product was causing people to die with sips of alcohol. So it was a product put on the market illegally, legally, and then illegally taken off very quickly by the FDA.
Was
And
that
the
to get
people-
was that to get people to wean themselves off alcohol?
I have no idea. All I knew is that the drug was, I had a person that I was talking to because I help people anonymously who are suffering with addiction from anything.
Right.
Right. So this person was living in their car drinking, he said, a gallon of booze a day for most of his life.
Right.
And he was on a product, he told me, that was keeping him off other products that
They
are
do have or have had things that can basically make your body reject the alcohol to the sense that it'll make you puke or whatever
right,
when
but
you
it can
try to
also,
imbibe with
this
alcohol.
product rots your teeth, hurts your bones, causes your liver to go into like a pancreatic effect where it causes so much pain you can.
So
can't
this
walk.
therapist at a hospital actually started terrorizing you or kicking you out?
The
What happened?
the therapist knew that the product was dangerous,
Right.
and they were promoting the product just like they did other things.
So
that
they
were
gave the
illegal.
product to you.
No,
Okay.
my people
You
on
called
the
you called them out. You called them out for it.
people across the United States were saying this product.
But
Everyone
you
knew it.
you personally called them out because you said
Right,
somebody
I
was
called the
getting on.
FDA, and
Okay,
the woman
great.
was fired at the head of the FDA, basically.
Okay, so
And she
how did
got
the
very
judge
mad.
how did the judge save you on January 6, 2020 from this?
A judge agreed that it was illegal to promote suicide because that's what they promote. Suicide, drug use. They promote multi-level marketing schemes to confuse users about life and death doctor matters like psychosis, symptoms of post-traumatic stress, which are so.
And so what was the judgment the judge made that saved you?
He said I could go back home because they had institutionalized me for screaming murder online.
Got it.
But millions of people did.
So
it
where's
triggered police reports.
your kiddos today?
I don't see.
You have two kids?
In 2017, one of them is 33 and
Great.
the other one is 18.
Male or female? Where's
I
the
have a
33?
33-year-old daughter who's awesome, and
Great.
she helps a lot of people. And
Great.
then
What
I
does
have
she do? What does she do in life?
She works in autism.
Oh, very good. And then you said you had a son that was 18?
Yes, and he's great. He's graduating from high school.
Fantastic. What are his likes and loves and things he wants to do?
Well, quite frankly, he's like me. He likes the computer. He understands forensic
Right.
logistics. Kids are smart. And see, you have to excuse me for going off on a tangent, but I do want to say I was addicted to reading encyclopedias when I was a kid.
Yep.
So imagine me sitting through encyclopedias, going page to page, going, whoa, this is so boring.
Right.
And then finding something I love. That's
Right.
exactly like the computer, except for kids are so smart. They just instantly like, I don't want to look at that.
So what was your product of choice?
Okay. So when I lived on the streets, which I did for many years,
Yeah.
in and out of my car in LA, I
Right.
would do anything.
Awesome.
was
So you
awesome.
were in LA. What took you to LA?
Good question. It's a long story, but I just basically wanted to be in LA. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I wanted to go. So I
How
was
long
in
how long did you manage to survive LA?
Good. I managed to live in LA from 1983 to 1987.
Wow.
And
those were some hardcore years in LA. As a
yeah,
matter of
I
fact,
almost died.
I was there at the same time. Those
See,
were
I have
hardcore
severe
years in LA.
asthmatic too. I have severe asthmatic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And so did you have
I'm shaking just thinking about it.
where did you go to LA from? Was that from Boston to LA or Maine
No.
to LA?
Key West. I lived in Boston, and then I was transferred because I worked for an art gallery. I
Yeah.
lived in Provincetown, Mass. I lived in Key West. I lived in
Yeah.
Boston. They would just transfer me.
Where are you
And
where are you originally from?
Springfield, Massachusetts. I was born February 13th, 1963, and I'm 63, 30 years alcohol free.
Cool. You have brothers and sisters?
6
Where are they?
all over. None of them in Maine. They live in Mass. They live in Rhode Island. They live in Paris, France. We've done a lot of traveling. My family had a lot of homes.
Cool. Do you
They
have
live in Brussels.
Oh,
They
very
live in-
nice. I
Yeah.
actually have folks in both Paris and Brussels, by the way. So what are you into? What do you do for hobbies or recreation or
Cook.
interest?
Okay. Well, I like a lot of things, but I'm extremely stressed because
Right.
of what they've done since 2017. Now
That's true. But what kind of hobbies do you have? Do you cook? Do you make bread? Do you sew?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay. I make memes. I cook.
Cool.
I love
What kind of
to be with
stuff
my
do you like?
son.
What kind of stuff do you cook? What are you good at cooking?
And I talk about cannabis, the industry, because I'm
Cool.
for marijuana.
What kind of stuff do you cook? What's your favorite
I
meal
cook
to cook?
everything and anything anyone wants. I
But you
would
got a
make
specialty.
lobster.
Come on, what's your specialty you cook? If you were going to cook me a great meal,
Salad.
a salad?
Lettuce is my favorite thing in the world. Is just salad.
Oh, cool.
Lettuce.
Do you make any big meals for like when family are coming over and set up
Yesterday
big
I
meals?
made a huge meal. I
What'd you
cooked
make?
all day.
What'd you make?
I made a really good beef stew, but I make it different because I add things that, like my son likes peppers, hot peppers.
Oh,
And
so
he
do I.
Yeah. So I put peppers in. He'll tell me to put 4 in. I only put 2 in because he's just love.
Yeah.
He's a great cook. I think that kids have a
So
very
in
special
where you are in Maine and up there, do you get any good lobster?
lobster are the best here in Maine, but the prices are fluctuating. I bought eggs the other day for $2.89, 18 eggs. So
Yep.
things, okay. Because the internet's lawless wireless programming and
Right.
monopolies are legal until
Right.
proven illegal,
Right.
we are approved nonprofit through Special Prosecutor John Durham. So he
Cool,
sent me a
but-
letter.
Cool, but here's the question.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You bought an 18 pack eggs, not
Yeah,
a 12 pack.
Very, very cheap. And I thought it was incorrect. So I went to the manager of the store, not the manager. I went to the person. I said, I think these are mispriced. And she said, no, they're coming down finally.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because I would have think it would be kind of more expensive to live up in Maine. It's not.
Everything is very expensive, like Hawaii, because they took over Maine to systematically ruin everything that was unhealthy.
I
And
got
let
it.
flourish.
Do you grow anything? Do you have a garden or
This
have
year
fruit
I'm
trees?
gonna. I haven't been able to do much for 7 years because I've been extreme stressed and
That's
threatened.
okay. If you could grow things, what would you be growing in a garden? Because I'm a big.
Well, I'm gonna grow green beans. I'm gonna grow this year. Could you shut that off? Stop her.
I
of
like
my
green beans.
family's
I like
calling
I
me
like
from
I like
Europe.
green beans when they're dehydrated because they're kind of like French
Do you have a
fries.
favorite museum in Paris?
Well, it's just by default would be the Louvre.
I like Musée d'Orsay.
But I'll tell you why I like the Louvre, because you go into the Louvre and you do the tour. When you come out of the Louvre, right next door is a place called the Hotel de Louvre. When you go to the Hotel de Louvre and you go right to the right side, right there is where the oyster boats come in from the coast.
I didn't know that.
They're bringing oysters from all around the Brittany coast, which is where my daughter's named after. And you sit right there on the corner. As the oyster guy's coming in, you basically buy a dozen oysters. I'll sit there and eat 5, 6, 7 a dozen oysters. And it's with shallot and red wine vinegar and stuff. And I just sit there in the corner eating raw oysters. It's the only place in the world I eat oysters.
My love too. He loves oysters, and they're great in Maine. Have you been to Maine?
You know what? It's have I been to Maine? I don't think I've actually been to Maine, but I'm kind of hesitant to eat oysters anywhere in the U.S.
Well, they're fantastic in Maine, but I do want to tell you something exciting about my family.
Please do.
My grandmother's sister read tarot cards for Greta Garbo.
Very nice.
No. Betty Davis.
Betty Davis. Very cool.
Sorry, I get that all mixed up. For what reason?
That's okay.
But I tell you this because my family is, my grandfather's 1 of 22.
Right.
And I'm 1 of 7.
Right.
And we've always had an extremely close connection. Like my mother passed on 4:11 a.m. And I woke up knowing my mother had passed, looking 411. My sister in Paris got the same message. We both knew my mother had passed at the same moment.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Very, very
so
interesting.
The reason why I tell you this is because we're not scared of the afterlife, because since I was very young,
right,
people would come to me in passing. So all those 22 would come and tell me to tell people things.
So let me do
this.
It
scared me.
Yeah, let me do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the floor. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes. Right. This is why I brought you on. I wanted to know who you are, where you come from. Now I can relate. Now I understand. And I just want you to share your message. Try to keep it to 2 minutes because I can't keep going. Please share your message that you want people to know that you've been sharing in chat. I want to give you a voice and share your message. So go.
Okay. A Einstein Universe promotes the science of numbers daily to stay on task and focused on better, not worse. Free of fraud, waste, and abusers, calling 911 if feeling someone's taken over your network, like they tried to take my home in 24 hours in over a weekend in 2017. So this is part of the attack. But I want you to know I'm friends with rock and rollers. Graham Nash is a close friend who I met through alchemy because I've sold a lot of art to museums. And the reason why is because eBay has opened up the world to gold mining. You can find, I almost bought a Van Gogh once on eBay. Now, okay, so Graham is a close friend of mine. I dated Ozzy's drummer. I've been on the red carpet for many years doing meet and greets with famous people. I understand marketing and I believe in the Fed. I printed the Fed's annual, and the Fed will itemize out what companies are on the cutting edge. This is where we're at. We're into innovation, superior of your industry, staying on top notch, on the cutting edge of the industry, using the internet.
Got about 30 seconds.
Using the internet as a tool, not a weapon. We use money as a tool. We feed, we empower, we gain health, we gain wealth, we gain harmony through love, law, and order. We fund love, law, and order. 911 fluently through Doctors Without Borders, connected to Doctors for Cannabis Against Drunk Drivers. And thank you for listening.
I want to let you know, I want to say thank you for being here. I want to say thank you for trusting us with telling all of us your story. I want to wish you incredibly well with your son and your daughter and stuff, and your husband there supporting you.
Well, we're not married, but he's great.
It's okay. It's still good enough. And then when you get around to cooking a big dinner, I want you to take photos of your wonderful dinner and send it to me. And if you need help, by the way, you've got my emails. It's just my name, right? just my full name, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer at Gmail. I want you to send me an email. And if you're willing to send me your address because you think you want to plant a garden, I'll be glad to send you a book about gardening and help you out and help you get focused
So I
on the
send
garden.
you your address, and I find you. See, I have a hard time.
My full name,
Yep.
Jovan.
Can I send you
Hutton.
on Instagram?
You can message me on Instagram.
I'll
if you
issue-
follow, just give me your address, however you get it to me, and I will send you a book on gardening and help you get started where you can get your hands in the dirt and help you on your garden. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I want to say we're teaching through musical lyrics from the beginning of time, connected to symphony, orchestra, symphony. What do those people do?
Beautiful.
From the beginning of time.
I'm telling you a very interesting thing today, and you can test this theory. If you'll take off your socks and your shoes and you walk outside to where there's grass or dirt,
I'm out
and
all the time.
And you stand there barefooted, right? And after you've stood there for about a minute barefoot, I want you to squat and I want you to put your hands flat on the ground. And I want you to think about a garden that I'm going to help you grow. And I think it will help you out. Anyway, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so very much for being here, right? Thank you for being here. I appreciate that you're part of our program. I appreciate that you share your story. I appreciate that you delved into so much. What I wanted to do is I wanted to understand you. Now, and I'll tell you why. It was important for me to understand, were you just trolling the program? Were you trying to share an important message, or whatever the case may be? Now I understand. You're a woman on a mission. A woman on a mission with a lot of things going on at one time in your head. And I appreciate that. And I want to let you know, just for you to be so honest and so brave to come on is a major accomplishment. I understand in many ways how our lives can seem so horribly out of control. And if in fact somebody is prone to chaos, whether it's in their life, their world, their mind, or whatever the case may be, it makes the chaos more amplified. It makes the world amp up. It can make you very agitated, and it can wear you out, and you can feel like you're losing. But I'll tell you this, Angie, or anybody in her position, we don't have to agree on things. And I don't really care what side of a political spectrum somebody on. But what I value, for me, is I value clarity. I also value people that are willing to stand behind their words. And that's kind of what you witnessed today. Angie had words. I never knew she was Angie. Now I know. Now I understand what the Einstein part of it is. Never knew. Now I understand. And so I want to say thank you, Angie, for just allowing me to connect and understand who you are and understand what your goals in life. And I would tell everybody watching this and this interview, we live in a world where a lot of people hurt. We live in a world where we can misjudge really fast. We can live in a world where, honestly, like I did, think somebody's a troll, but then you get a greater perspective on it and you really realize what it is. And we take time to slow down. If I could recommend anything to anybody at any time, is all of us could benefit from slowing down. That's number one. We can benefit from attempting to learn each other. Now, granted, yes, I did. I controlled the conversation by and helping Angie focus so we could understand Angie's story and where she's coming from and not allow it to get convoluted. And so I have no problem for giving people their voice, even if it's a hater out there. I have no problem giving your voice, because at the end of the day, whether we are healthy, whether we are ill, whether we are right, whether we are wrong, whether we're Jews, whether we're Christians, whether we're calm, whether we're out there, the bottom line is we're all in this together. Period. We're all in this together. And I do understand in a world so far out of control, peace can be found in trying to connect. And peace can be found just letting somebody express themselves. And with that, I would tell you, thank you for all the sharing. I know it kind of went all over the place today. In my opinion, we're winning. I think Trump's prevailing. I think America's coming back. It doesn't seem fast enough. But I've told you this before, and I'm just going to say it again. I don't give a shit who they throw in jail. I don't. I do not give a shit who they throw in jail. Because if they went out and arrested Hillary for what she done getting rid of the email and arrested her tomorrow, nothing changed. So I don't measure it by does somebody go to jail, does somebody show up in court? I think that's all bullshit to begin with. I measure it by are we making a difference and are we moving a needle? What I see looking back over the chaos that has been since 2020 is all of us have gained tremendous clarity. Even I learned things I never wanted to learn. I never wanted to believe there was a big bad cabal. I never wanted to believe there were puppeteers pulling our chains. And I'm a smart fellow, but I now believe. And those are gifts. Those are not handicaps. You know why? Truth hurts. Truth is painful. But if I've got to hurt to be in the truth, I'm going to hurt because I'm telling you, that's where the saying ignorance is bliss comes from. And if you fall into that bliss, you're going to get owned. And one day you're going to wake up and the world is not what you thought it was. And everybody you have, everything you have, everybody you love or whatever is going to be gone. And you're going to wonder how in the hell it happened. I'm here to head it off. And that's why we should talk, converse, share, and gain clarity. I love you all. Please, please share this program. And if you have people in your life struggling, who to you just make it seem like it doesn't make any sense, one of the greatest gifts you can give them is just to slow down and hear them out, because it can help bring relief to them. I love you all. Share this program.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We can't do it without you. We need you. America needs you. Our future needs you. Please donate now.